Guys, I don't know. Stop asking. I don't have the falchion yet. Definitely one of the most frequent questions I've been getting. Where is the Skalchion? And yes, sorry Ilya, but I have to side with Matt here. Skalchion it is. Skallagrim, nah. Sorry, bro. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the guys at Baltimore Knife Sword on the That Works YouTube channel made a really awesome reproduction of a medieval falchion for me. And that was a couple of months ago, and people have been asking all the time, like, where is it? I don't know. They haven't sent it. Last time I checked, like 2 weeks ago or so in November, I asked them and it wasn't sent yet. And I have no idea. You have to ask them. It's finished as far as I know, but I don't know when they'll get around to sending it. I'm sure they must be very busy. I've been way behind. In fact, there are still 2 knives that people sent me like several months ago that I was going to review, and I still haven't gotten around to them. One is the Spyderco right here, and the other is the Glock field knife. Sorry guys, I haven't forgotten about you. I will do it eventually, but I've had so much on my plate and so many things that I had to prioritize, because knife reviews, I don't know, haven't been doing too terribly well on the channel within the last year or so or 2. And it's pretty amusing to still every now and then see comments like, Skall is reviewing a katana? What? Like, come on guys, I thought I made it clear that over the years I have become a little more open-minded about them and changed from the, you know, very vocally indifferent. I know, I get it. If you keep pointing out that, well, I don't hate them, but I'm really indifferent, that's still kind of weird, right? Yeah, fine. There might have still been a little bit left of that sort of hipster vibe of, well, everybody overhypes this and this is totally too mainstream, so I can't really say too much good about it, right? Anyway, are we done with that now? Can you stop losing your marbles every time I say something good about the katana? It's not a bad sword. Most swords in history that were used in real combat weren't bad. I mean, how could they be? People would have died if they had relied on something that's crap, you know? Now, if the katana is one of the horsemen of the Skalpocalypse in terms of outdated opinions, the other one is cold steel. There's another one where people think that I passionately hate cold steel. The truth is, I had a slight distaste, I guess you could say, for the company back around 2010. Not hate, but I had a bit of a negative impression based on some issues with quality control that I was seeing when I worked at a store that got in a lot of cold steel stuff, and some of that came out of the box in dubious condition. And I wasn't really a fan of the aggressive self-promotion that they did, and kind of talking trash about the competition, etc., even though realistically that's just a marketing thing. A lot of companies do that, like, yeah, we are awesome, and guess what, our competitors, meh, garbage. How explicit they are about it changes. However, 2010, it's almost 2020 now. It's 10 years ago at this point. So in other words, I have no idea anymore. I am completely out of touch. Well, not anymore now, because somebody from Cold Steel actually reached out to me and asked if I want to do a review of something. 10 years later, of course I'm going to give them another look. So they sent me 2 things, this crossbow here and a hunting sword. Now this I just got done testing, and you'll see that video pretty soon, probably right after this. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to upload it. I'm always happy to update or change my opinion based on your experiences, which of course you have to do as a reviewer. You can't just be like, yep, this opinion that I had years ago, that's the eternal holy scripture now. What else is going on? Well, I got fat again. Yeah. I keep doing this, yo-yoing to hell and back. Now, right now I have quite a bit of stuff in my pockets, but even if that's out, there's quite a bit more fluff than there should be right now. It's nightmarish. This damn roller coaster, it keeps going over and over again. Basically, I seem to come in 2 modes. I tend to go either kind of full health fanatic, where my diet is super clean and strict, and I work out like crazy. In fact, that's what I did in 2017, which led to quite a few injuries because I just overdid it, and I worked out harder than my tendons and ligaments could keep up with. That's how you get injured. Or mode 2, I just don't care at all and embrace the inner glutton, and yeah, things happen. I wish I could just embrace it fully and just be like, you know what, this is how I am. Like, just, you know, food is you know, a significant part of happiness to me, and just go for it. But it's just not a good idea, at least if you want to be fairly healthy and not die young and all of that. I mean, that's the other thing. I'm approaching my 40s now, and I'm feeling it. Like, I don't recover as quickly as I used to, and there's definitely some aches here and there and things. So I gotta watch out. And this is one of those things that must be kind of confusing to people who don't deal with these issues. Like, there must be just like, come on, pull it together, just exercise more and eat less. I mean, whenever somebody asks, how did you lose all that weight? And when I did, I was like, yeah, that is basically the simple answer. Work out more and eat less, particularly eat less and eat better. But that's not the difficult part. That's the easy part. The hard part is right here. The hard part is defeating the stupid brain of mine. The thing is, how much of the problem is genetics and how much is upbringing and environment and blah, whatever. I don't really care at this point. You know, even if you have genetics and neurological wiring that predisposes you toward eating disorders and whatever, if you're somebody who it's legitimately harder for to take control of your eating behavior, does it matter? It's still a problem that you have to deal with. Like, even if it's easier for somebody else or harder for somebody else, it's still something that you need to somehow take control over. And, you know, it doesn't help to just sit on the couch and stuff your face with Oreos and just be like, well, I guess this is my life. This is just how I am. This is just my, you know, I was born to fat parents and I was raised fat. Yeah, I mean, this is all legitimate difficulties, but you can't just give up. And that's really what I need to remind myself of. I can't just give up. And that's what I've been doing, basically. And even if I fail, if I keep failing 1,000 times, and I've gone through the same process several times now, back and forth, doesn't matter. I have to keep trying. I can't just give up. I have to keep trying. Even if I keep failing, I gotta fail better at the very least. So yeah, that's what's been going on. The other thing I wanted to mention is I need your help. No, not Patreon or anything. I mean, that does help, but what I need right now is targets for tests, and not just sword tests, but also other stuff, you know, crossbows and whatnot. I need more targets. Now, I just ordered some medical gel, synthetic gel, that is a bit more realistic than the ballistic gel I used before. I'm gonna set that up, but I also need other stuff. I need a cheaper source of tatami mats, because that really adds up in costs, because I have quite a lot of swords to test and review. So I need you know, large amounts of tatami mats at a cheap price. I need, well, ideally more zombie heads, but they're definitely too expensive to really stock up on. Ideas. If you have any other ideas for ideally, you know, reusable or cheap targets that are still relatively realistic. If you're wondering what I'm holding in my hand, by the way, it's a cover for the camera, lens cover. Just want to make sure that I don't lose it or forget it or whatever. So yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know. You know, the more realistic, the better, but it still needs to be affordable as much as possible. So yeah, any ideas are definitely welcome. And that's about it, I think. This was a pretty long update. If you're still there, then congratulations. You have a longer attention pan. Yes. You have a big attention pan. Definitely a more impressive attention span than the average internet user, which tunes out after 2 minutes or whatever. Come at me, bro. Wait, I'm just talking to something fuzzy over there that just squeaked at me. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, folks.